Thank you for choosing Real Property Management as your leasing company. We look forward to serving you and would like to take just a few minutes to share a few important things to help ensure that your stay is comfortable and pleasant. Property leasing is a highly regulated industry that requires some pretty strict policies, so it helps to set clear expectations up front to avoid problems and help things run smoothly. We will talk briefly about moving in and moving out, rent payments, keeping the lease terms, home maintenance and inspections, requesting service and repairs, and keeping communication open with your management team. So let's get started with moving in and moving out. If you haven't had time to finalize your move-in date, please contact your property manager and get instructions on getting access to your new home. Utilities have been disconnected, so you will need to call to connect utilities like electric, telephone, gas, waste removal, internet, and cable or satellite service. These providers may need a week or more to connect, so call as soon as your lease is signed to ensure you have services for your move-in date. A deposit might also be required in some cases. Before you moved in, Real Property Management documented the condition of the property. Please take a moment to review and document for your own protection. This report will be used when you move out to help determine any damages beyond wear and tear. Please make sure you return the condition report by the deadline stated in your lease agreement. Next, take time to get to know your home. Locate your water main shutoff, gas shutoff, electrical breaker box, GFI resets, irrigation control, water heater, and cooling and heating systems. If you are unable to locate any of these or have any other questions about your property, please contact us. When it is time to move out, remember that the initial security deposit you paid is only for security against any damage to the property and cannot be used as the last month's rent. So when you move out, you will need to pay your last month's rent to avoid additional late fees and penalties. Now, rent payments. Rent is due the first day of each month. For your convenience and when available, Real Property Management offers online payments through your tenant portal. Some offices require that all payments be made online. Plus, paying rent online through your tenant portal gives you access to the Real Property Management Resident Club, giving you local discounts and coupons for dining, shopping, entertainment, and even your weekly grocery bill. If you pay rent by mail, remember that Real Property Management cannot be responsible for mail delays, which could result in late rent penalties. Should you find yourself making a late rent payment, please be sure to include the late fees stated in your lease agreement. Since outstanding late fees are processed first, neglecting to include payment for late fees may result in additional late fees until the account is brought current. If the rent is unpaid, a notice to vacate will be posted at the property and collection efforts will begin, followed by eviction proceedings. Failure to respond to notifications triggers the eviction process and the possibility of a judgment on your credit. If for any reason you are unable to pay the rent on time, call us. We are here to help. Communication goes a long way. Finally, for your protection, always pay your rent directly to Real Property Management as outlined in your lease agreement. Never risk giving your rent to anyone else who claims to represent the manager or the owner, not even the property owner themselves. Next, let's discuss your lease terms. A positive resident experience starts with simply keeping the agreements you made when you signed the lease. In your lease, you agree to only allow the people named in the lease to live in the home. If you are not sure if someone is authorized to occupy the home, please refer to your lease agreement or contact your property manager for confirmation. Your property manager may need to process an application for the additional occupant and seek owner approval. If your lease allows pets, remember that only the pets specifically listed on the pet addendum are authorized. Other pets are never allowed to visit or stay at the property for any length of time, and again may be considered a violation of the lease agreement and lead to fees or further action. Simply contact us for approval before getting a pet. An additional deposit may be required, and you may need to provide proof of liability and/or renter's insurance. If the property you are leasing is in a neighborhood, remember that it is your responsibility to abide by all the rules that apply. If you don't already have a copy of these rules, please ask. You are also responsible for abiding by all local rules, regulations, and codes in your city. When you signed your lease agreement, you also agreed that you wouldn't remove or install any permanent fixtures on the property without advance written approval. This includes adding things like alarm systems, satellite dishes, cables, antennas, and light fixtures or ceiling fans, or removing or replacing things like flooring, wallpaper, or paint. As a general rule, any change to the property that would stay in the home when you move out isn't permitted. As part of this, please don't make any holes in woodwork or flooring. While you may hang pictures and photos using picture hooks and small nails, please remember to repair these holes when you move out. Let's talk more about taking care of the home. If you are leasing a single-family home, it's different from leasing an apartment or multifamily unit. It generally requires the resident to provide a little bit more upkeep. For example, it is your responsibility to change the filters on your heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system every 90 days, complete periodic pest control as needed, and replace light bulbs and batteries and smoke detectors as needed. It is also important to properly maintain the lawn and landscape, including flower beds, shrub beds, and shrubs, which may include weeding, mowing, edging, and trimming. If vegetation dies, you will need to replace it. Finally, depending on where you live, you may also need to take care of snow and leaf removal. The manager or landlord has a right to complete periodic interior and exterior inspections of the home with your cooperation. Of course, we will provide you with notice when your home requires an inspection. Every home needs occasional maintenance. This can be a smooth process with Real Property Management due to our repair service and response times. Your safety and comfort is our priority. The law requires landlords to repair any problem with the property that isn't caused by a resident or guest, and that materially affects the physical health or safety of an ordinary person living there. This includes things like heating and cooling systems, water leaks from structural defects, and water heater repairs. For these items or any other item you feel is a health or safety hazard, you can make a service request either online or by phone as outlined in your lease agreement. All service requests will be reviewed and responded to promptly. First, we will call to troubleshoot the problem and determine what type of repair is needed. Non-health and safety-related issues, like cosmetic issues, will be done at the homeowner's discretion. When in doubt with any repair issue, please report it. And please, don't take it upon yourself to complete major repairs to the home. This only increases the chances of liability, damage, and potential for injury. In the event of an emergency, such as sewage backups, extreme hot or cold temperatures inside the home, or flooding, please call the maintenance number located in your lease agreement immediately to report the problem. We are available 24/7 for emergency response. Of course, in the instance of a fire or other life-threatening emergency, please first call 911 before you report the issue to the maintenance department. As you can see, a major factor in ensuring a pleasant stay is communication. As a rule of thumb, when in doubt, contact us online or by phone as directed in your lease agreement. All contact information for your Real Property Management team is available in the portal. And remember, only Real Property Management is your designated agent for all communication relating to your lease. Thank you for taking a few minutes to review these items so that you can have a positive experience in your new rental home. We are committed to first-class customer service and want nothing less than the best leasing experience for you. We are here for you. We look forward to serving you, and we wish you a pleasant stay. The lease agreement is the legal agreement between the tenant and property owner, and this video does not replace or supersede that agreement. Please refer to your lease agreement for details.